Hello, crypto world. Tuesday, midday in the United States, and the stock market's basically unchanged, but the S&P did hit an all-time high, but backed off, not significantly. And in the US Treasury market, you see interest rates are basically unchanged, literally unchanged in case of the very important 10-year note. But we did have another Fed president come out and say that the Fed has to be careful not to get too aggressive with rate cuts, but the market didn't seem to take that negatively. And when we jump to crypto, I can safely describe the sell-off as having paused, but you can see nothing's up significantly. It's less than 1% in most cases. But, of course, it's important that there was a pause. Now, there's a couple of things in the background that we have to talk about, one of which is not getting much attention, but will be. As we've been talking about, by the end of September, the government has to come out with a way to fund itself. The Democrats wanted to meet with Trump, and there was a meeting set up to work out, if you will, terms. Guess what happened? Trump canceled the meeting with the Democrats, despite the fact the government shutdown looms by the end of September, beginning of October. Now, right now, this is not getting all the headlines, but you can be sure as we get closer, this tension between the Republicans, Democrats, and Trump, what to do about funding of the U.S. government is going to be in the forefront and will affect markets. And I'm very happy about this particular headline. Morgan Stanley is going to offer crypto trading to its retail customers through E-Trade. And they call this the tip of the iceberg because Morgan Stanley is going to be involved with tokenization of real-world assets, and they plan to allow people to be able to trade it through E-Trade. They expect to be in a position to do this by the middle of 2026. And in keeping with the U.S. Treasury market, you see the dollar's basically unchanged. Now, bottom line, markets are quiet. I call it the quiet before the storm because we have three factors coming that are going to affect markets dramatically. We have Chairman Powell and the PCE, which will talk all about interest rates, and then we'll get everybody worked up about that. And then we have the possibility of a U.S. government shutdown, which you can be sure there'll be drama about. And the fact that the President of the United States canceled a meeting with the Democrats almost underlines the fact that we are going to have drama about it as we get closer to the end of the month, and that'll affect crypto. But right now, crypto's paused, all markets are paused, and we'll have to see what the dollar, interest rates, and the stock market do because that will affect crypto. But right now, everything's quiet.